Ever heard of a game going from, like, dorm room coding sessions to packed esports arenas?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There are a bunch of those stories, like
Yeah.
gaming legends born in unexpected places.
Right. It gets you fired up, you know? It makes you want to boot up your PC and jump into the action. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, the Counter-Strike story.
Now, there's a game that's got a legacy, for sure.
You know it, I know it, but we're going deep on this one. From its humble beginnings as a mod
See, now you're speaking my language.
to becoming this global esports giant. And believe me, it's a wild ride. So, rewind with me to 1999. Two guys, Min Guzman Les and Just Cliff, are building this mod for a little game called Half-Life.
Half-Life. Now, that was a game changer in its own right.
Right, so they call their mod Counter-Strike. And let me tell you, things were never the same.
It was the golden age of modding,
Wow.
you know? Back then, it was the wild west of game dev. Developers just experimenting, pushing the boundaries, creating some truly groundbreaking stuff.
It was like this breeding ground for innovation and Counter-Strike. Man, it became the poster child for how powerful a good mod could be.
Totally. It captured that raw competitive energy perfectly.
And they kept it super simple. Terrorists versus counter-terrorists. Plant the bomb, defuse the bomb, maybe rescue some hostages along the way. Boom, you're in.
That's simplicity. It's
We think
genius.
It's that easy to learn, lifetime to master thing, right?
Exactly. Which made it perfect for the LAN cafe scene, back when those were everywhere.
Oh, dude, those were the days. Crammed into a tiny room with your buddies, battling it out for bragging rights. And by the early 2000s, Counter-Strike was everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It was inescapable. Every computer lab, every internet cafe you went to.
It was like the game to play, right? And then came 2003, they dropped version 1.6, and boom, the game went supernova.
1.6. Now, that's a version that burned into the memories of so many gamers.
Legendary status for sure, especially for the competitive scene. I mean, this was the era where esports as we know it really started to take shape.
Absolutely. You had organized tournaments popping up, rivalries that were just on fire, sponsorships coming in.
The whole 9 yards.
It was electric.
Yeah.
And the skill ceiling. Man, it went through the roof.
But then, hold on, because things get interesting. 2004 rolls around, and Valve releases Counter-Strike. Source.
Yeah.
Built on their brand new Source engine. So naturally, you'd think, upgrade. Awesome.
Shiny new graphics, new tech under the hood.
Right.
What's not to love?
Well, not so fast, because this actually caused a bit of a rift in the community.
See, this is what's so fascinating about gaming. It's not always about the flashiest graphics or the newest tech.
It's that feel, man.
It's that feel, exactly.
Yeah.
Some players, they swore by 1.6, you know. That precision, that responsiveness, they didn't want anything to change.
They were hooked.
And you know what? They had a point. Even the tiniest change in gameplay can feel like a totally different game to a hardcore player.
It showed how passionate the Counter-Strike community really is, and how important those little details are for competitive players.
They live and breathe those details.
So fast forward to 2012, Valve decides, okay, let's bring everyone together. Let's launch Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, CSGO as we know it.
A bold move, ambitious, trying to unite the old school with the new school.
It was a gamble, and the initial reaction, let's just say it was mixed.
Some people were all in, others, not so much.
Especially those diehard 1.6 and Source players. They weren't all convinced. But here's where things get really interesting. Valve did something kind of unusual.
They brought out the listening ears.
They listened. They actually listened to the community, and they kept tweaking, refining, updating, all based on that feedback.
It was a smart move, honestly. Showed they were committed to making CSGO the best it could be.
It paid off too.
Big time.
And then came the update that changed everything, the Arms Deal update of 2013.
Ah, yes, the one that introduced skins and cases. And let me tell you, this one little addition,
It blew up.
right, what seemed like a small cosmetic thing, just adding some visual flair to the weapons, man, it transformed the whole game.
It was like,
It created this whole virtual economy within CSGO. Suddenly, players were buying, selling, trading weapon skins, some of which became crazy valuable.
we're talking some skins going for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars.
Exactly. It wasn't just about playing the game anymore. It was about the thrill of the hunt, the bragging rights of owning a rare skin, the whole collecting aspect.
It added this whole other layer to the experience, and it paved the way for CSGO to become the esports juggernaut it is today.
Oh, without a doubt. The prize pools, the viewership, the sponsorship.
The hype, we're talking massive tournaments like the majors with prize pools hitting $1 million.
Players are becoming superstars.
Earning salaries on par with traditional athletes.
Yeah.
And the viewership numbers, I mean, they rival some of the biggest sports in the world. It's mind-blowing.
It's a testament to how far Counter-Strike has come since those early mod days.
And get this, in 2023, Valve drops Counter-Strike 2. This time, it's built on the Source 2 engine, with even more stunning graphics and gameplay.
It's not just about the visual upgrade, though, is it?
No, not at all. It's about pushing the boundaries, about refining what makes Counter-Strike great, and attracting a whole new generation of players.
While still holding on to the heart and soul of what made those original games so special.
It's a balancing act for sure.
For sure.
But it's incredible to think how far this game has come. From a humble mod to this global phenomenon. And it all goes back to a few key ingredients. A passionate community, that constant drive to evolve, and that pure competitive spirit.
And that's what makes you wonder, where does Counter-Strike go from here? What impact will it have on the future of gaming, on esports? It's a legacy that just keeps evolving, and that's exciting.
That's something to think about.